Linda?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Linda. Help me welcome Linda.
Chorus.
Mm.
Woo! Every voice so distinct and so familiar to me from the years that I've known these treasured people and taken their words in and felt them grow, and the yeast of the words and the love that we share and the thrill of just wanting to know what one another has to say. It's just incredible. And it's my task and pleasure to represent tonight one of our members who couldn't be here, and that's Susan Clayton Goldner. And I knew Susan by reputation before I met her, which is so much fun to hear about somebody who's already a great poet, published books and so on, and then she turns up at your crit group and she comes to the readings, and it's wonderful. So I want you to all go out and buy her book, A Question of Mortality, and I'm going to read a poem from this, but it comes with a CD, so you'd be able to hear her own voice. So for Susan, who is with us tonight in spirit.
Yes.
In my favorite Easter memory of Lily and Nell, I am 10 years old and she perhaps 30, Chanel No. 5 and whiskey. She leans against the basement pool table, strikes a sultry pose like Lauren Bacall. Cigarette balanced in her right hand, her long autumn-leafed hair brushes against the yellow collar of her shirtwaist, cinched in with a grass-colored belt, matching stiletto heels, a purse the size of Portugal. Lillian Nell inhales. Her cigarette glows ruby-colored gems. Birthstone rings on every finger. My brother's dazzling smile, Humphrey Bogart eyes, lures her to his game. As white smoke curls into the light, hovers above her, a vaporous halo, she takes her cue, looks up at me through spider-legged lashes, and shoots. The white bowl clacks against a triangle, bright as Easter eggs died last night because Jesus rose from the dead. As balls dart out, sink into felted pockets and disappear, my brother raises to toast to our favorite aunt, for whom no rules apply.
Oh, wow.
Behind the bar, Patsy Cline falls to pieces. And my father, his Ham's beer sign flashing blue nylon on his hair, pours his sister another. Upstairs, my mother, who doesn't approve of women who smoke, play pool, and drink whiskey sours, fries our aunt's favorite buttermilk battered chicken in a cast iron skillet. Though she longs for glamour, Lillian Nell can't escape her Appalachian past any more than my brother, his school photos still smiling above the knots in the pine paneling. We'll dodge a future where the god of heroin waits, a gaping black pocket where brightness disappears. And then you all, of course, have to buy our little book here, Sudden Meteors, a title that came to us in a revelation. I'm going to read my poem that's in here so that you'll know, you'll just get a taste of how fantastic this is. We had fun putting this together.
Boy, did we.
Our town. You know, this poem came to me just sort of delivered by one of the Greek muses as I was driving up I-5 towards Yellow Pages bookstore in Grants Pass many years ago, many years ago, and I think it's because of this poem that I channeled out of nowhere and remember writing that I decided to call myself a poet.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Our town. Tonight at the county fairground, every pickup truck in the valley waits row on dusty row, while absent owners troll the gun show at the exhibition hall. It's the kind of town, a newcomer says, where you get free beef when you buy tires. And that is true. But out where the green hills roll up to wooded slopes, on the land that ranchers and orchardists could not afford to keep, and the little acreages sold out when the timber industry collapsed. The subdivisions boast organic gardens, and the immigrants build in-ground pools, raise emus, and keep llamas, which are worth more per breeding pair than the double wides the pickup trucks drive home to when the gun show ends. I will interpret that applause as saying that you approve of me calling myself a poet. I'm just this week back from a trip to Kansas, and while I was in Kansas City, I was on a rooftop garden at the top of a hotel, and I think the highest point in Kansas City, overlooking the KU campus and everything, and I wrote this Kansas panorama. Maples, elms, redbuds, rooftops. Down there, thousands of little important lives. And I'm going to close tonight with great thanks to everyone, to all the voices that we've heard and the voices that we need to come. This poem is called Poem Written for the Occasion. This is a special evening, yet we will forget most of what happens here. Special as every other evening in our lives, all those past and yet to unfold. Hour by hour, melting away, memories dissolving like snowflakes on the tongue. That year you really, truly believed in Santa Claus. Melting like the last tart, sweet sliver of the lemon drop from the bottom of Grandma's purse. Disappearing like the wafer at your first communion, when you held your own new Bible, when you truly, really believed in Jesus. Softening now like gentle rain on golden leaves beneath the cottonwoods, damp and distinct scent rising up, evaporating into the dark.